Hello guys, welcome back to another video and welcome back to Atlantis Freediving channel. This video we will talk about freediving computer and in one in particular which is called Atmos. It's a kind of a new product on the market, and we want to show you, we've been using it for a while, what this computer does, how we like it, the functions, just talk about briefly about if this computer is something that you should maybe consider buying. I invited Linda to help me. She's been diving with Atmos computer for how long now?
Few months.
Few months, yeah, so it's well tried. And you've been using it in a pool, for deep diving, and actually you have two of them, right? Yes. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the diving computers. Why do we need dive computer? Well, mostly it's to record your session, to record your dives, record your depth, record your dive time, and you can check things like temperature of the water, your surface intervals, which can be really important if you want to make sure that you are safe diving in the sea. And what else do you use your computer for, Linda?
Well, for me the main use of a dive computer is the alarms at depth, because in my deep dives I need alarms in certain places to tell myself what I need to do and when. So for me that is the most important feature of the dive computer.
Yeah, so we have normally the one that most people would go for would be Suunto. There is the D4, D6 and the D5 new one as well. There's a lot of other ones, like Garmin came out with the sport watches that have dive modes, and there is a Mars computer which is kind of like a budget option.
Yeah, there are a few budget options, like in the range starting from 100 to 200, 250. The Mars, for example, is really good for that price range. Like, it has a lot of good features. It has a lot of alarms, which is what a lot of people usually want, because most of, especially older generation dive computers, used to have one alarm only, one depth alarm, and that's really not enough for deep diving. But the Maris, for example, I think it has 5 or 6 depth alarms, and then it has interval alarms and other kind of alarms that almost no one really needs. That too. But the most important one are the depth alarms.
And so, what do you like most about Atmos? What do you think that is maybe missing? What's your experience?
Well, the Atmos that I'm using is the Mission 2, because there's also a Mission 1, which I have not used, and I'm not sure exactly what the difference between the two watches are. I know that the Mission 2 is the newer one, and the one that has more function, and the one that costs most. But I'm not sure exactly what the differences are. The reason why I chose this Atmos is because of the vibration alarm, which for me is really important, because it creates a lot of stress to a lot of deep divers when you are not sure if you will hear the alarm. So we always end up putting the alarm inside the hood, which is also the best way.
Or on the neck weight, huh?
Or on the neck weight, which are the two best ways to lose your dive computer. Because on the neck weight you can drop the neck weight and the watch goes with it, and many people come back from a dive, they take off the hood and the watch falls, and then you realize an hour later when it's too late.
Yeah, or in the case of emergency, when the neck weight has to come off, or when the people have to pull the hood off, the doctors and so on, they don't really look at saving a computer, they're looking at saving you.
Life, yeah. So I really wanted to have a watch that had a vibration alarm, so that I can have it on my wrist, and I also don't need two watches, because that's also what most people are doing. If we have a watch on the wrist and then the watch with the alarms on the hood, so that in the end you need two watches instead of one. So I really wanted the vibration, and this is the number one reason why I chose to have the Atmos. And then you also have to pray that the vibration actually works in a way that is strong enough so that you hear it, even if it's on top of your wetsuit. And at the moment, I'm still not 100% sure if I feel the alarm at depth, because I talk to other people that also have the Garmin dive computers, which also has the vibration alarms, and we all feel it it's very noticeable on the surface or at the depth, like the mouth feel alarm that everybody have between 20 and 30 meters, like you can feel it really well. And then the depth alarm at deeper depths, for some reason they are milder, and I'm not really sure why. But I'm still diving with a rather thick wetsuit. I was having, just until now, my 6mm, and then the watch is on top of the 6mm, and it can also be that once you go at depth, because it
goes loose.
It may be that because of the wetsuit compression, the watch becomes loose, it doesn't touch, and then you don't feel the vibration so much. But I'm really not sure, but I have talked to other people that have had the same experience with the vibration.
Very good. So for example, I'm not using so much that computer since I'm working most of the time, but I have, for example, my Garmin, which I'm using for other sports as well, and I love the Garmin, like the usability of the app. And I know that Atmos, for example, also serves as a sport watch, so you can use it for your trekking, for your hiking, for your running, cycling, all that kind of stuff. So how does it work, the interface?
At the moment, I still haven't played with that a lot, because I've had a Garmin watch too, which I used for 5 years. I did all my running, trail running, all my gym and fitness with that, and I have everything on my app. So I still haven't tried and change and use the Atmos for other activities. So in that sense, I'm like, for personal experience, I don't know. I know that it has the running, biking, diving, pool diving, and I think it has another mode, which now I don't remember, swimming. And I have been using it, connecting with the app, and the app, I've been using it for the diving mainly, but the app, it's really easy to use, and it connects really easily. It downloads all the activity. It has the GPS is automatically connected, so in that sense it works. Like, it has a really easy way to.
I mean, it could be really interesting also for people who like sport fishing and they want to save their favorite spot with the GPS coordinates. Be able to find it easily with the watch.
This we do, and actually it's really useful because we have some anchor line in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes they are not really easy to find because they're quite deep underwater. And I have saved my spot in the watch. So when we go out, I just start the GPS, and I have saved my location. And then, in that sense, it is really convenient.
Yeah. So the app works also for other sports, and I don't know if you are aware whether the app is being compatible with maybe other apps, like maybe Strava, with Garmin, MyFitnessPal, places like this.
I don't know this.
Okay. So this watch, the build, it's quite light, but the dial is quite big, and I know that one of the things that you like.
I do, because I'm a bit blind and I really struggle to see. For example, if I'm in the pool, where I still use my Garmin because I use the stopwatch function, and I really struggle to see, while the Atmos has a bigger screen and it's quite bright, and the way the numbers are showing, they are very clear. So I really like that.
Yeah, because I know also there is other watches that just came out, like the Garmin, that is sport watch, and it has very small dial.
Yes.
And for example, there is the other Garmin that is what is it called?
MK2.
MK2, which is there are options of bigger dials and smaller dials as well. But this is quite premium watch, so it's quite expensive.
Yeah, the price of the MK2 is double or even a bit more than the Atmos, the Mission 2.
Yeah.
So, and the Mission 2, price-wise, is really similar to the lower Garmin, which is the Set G1, which I hear that has really good function, but it has a quite small screen, and it's like the old style
like
screen.
a LCD.
Yes, and it's not. It doesn't have the colors, and it doesn't really. You don't really see the numbers.
Yeah.
I cannot see it. For
it
example.
looks very much like a budget option.
Yeah.
But still costs around 400 euros.
I think it's more. I think it's closer.
40.
Well, it depends probably also where you buy it.
Yeah. And so this watch, the Atmos has the full color screen, and it has quite big dials. You can see the numbers clearly, and one thing I like about these watches that are coming out now is that you can just plug them in and charge them. You don't have to fuss about if your battery dies now, you have to go and find someone who can change the battery for you. You can just plug it in and charge it.
This is something that is not only make it super practical, it also make it long term much cheaper, because every time I had to change battery in my old Sunto, it was
full. For O-ring, you have to do for the battery.
If you do it yourself. If you bring it to someone to do it for you and do the whole pressure test, exactly, every single time. And the battery didn't last that long. I think every 1.5 years, like I used to have to change it.
1 year.
Yeah. So what it has the charger, and you just put it on. In 1 hour it's charged, and the battery is actually lasting quite long time. It depends obviously how much you use, but I charge it every, I don't know, 4 or 5 dives session that I do, and I never let it go below 50% just in case. But yeah, the fact that you are able to charge it yourself long term, you really save a lot of money. Then the other thing that is really nice is that you can see your dive profiles both in the watch and in the app. Yeah, so even before you download your dive session in the app and you look at it in your phone, you can see it in the screen. So you can come up from your dive and literally go straight away, and you will see the little graph that you can scroll through. So you see how long time it took you down, how long time it took you up, and your speed and stuff like that.
So how does it work also with the other measurements, for example, of the heart rate monitor? I know the other watches that are kind of like sport watches, they record. Does it work really, or?
Well, yes, it does. I think that now it's so easy to have sport watches that have the heart rate, the wrist heart rate monitor. The thing is that it doesn't work so well for diving because you don't have it in your skin. You will have it on your wetsuit, so it cannot record. And I also believe that once you dive down, there is depth. My Garmin does the same. It stopped recording.
Because it goes below the minimum.
No, I think it has to do with the being underwater.
Cool. And so they also come in different colors. So there's black variant, white variant, and I know that the dial then can be this kind of a bronze or a white silver.
It's silver.
Silver, yeah.
So I think there's one that has a really nice purple metallic. Metallic purple, which is really pretty, and then there's this one. Is there a completely black one? And then there is the white one with the bronze and the white one with the silver.
Nice. So a few options. Yeah, they definitely look nice. Do you wear that as everyday watch as well, or?
I usually don't because it's too big. It's too big, and I already have problem with my Garmin, which is much smaller, and it's still, I bang it everywhere. So I don't want to
I think maybe
break
for
it.
Men that would be okay.
Yeah, because for a man it would definitely be a better, but you see, like, it's actually almost wider than my wrist, and it's really easy to.
Yeah. So diving wise, you're happy with it?
100%.
Oh, nice, very good. So guys, we probably haven't covered all the functions of the dive watch and sport watch from Atmos. If you have any questions, just make sure you write it down in the comments. We'll try to answer, we'll ask Linda, we will research these options for you. And if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you like the video, like the video. And thank you for coming and joining us. Hope you enjoyed the Atmos review, and thanks to Linda for showing us as well this voyage. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.